Yo, welcome to the Evergreen Pod. We are back at this thing again. I'm your man, DM. I got the homies, my co-host with me. Will, you good?
I'm great, man. I'm living life, living
it. We back, man. Will outside, man. Will outside, man.
Again, man.
Outside. Doug, you good?
I'm good, man. I'm doing real good.
Doug got a tan, y'all. I know if y'all know that Doug got a little tan, man. Been in the sun a little bit, man.
Man, I've been in the beach in my mind, bro.
In your mind?
So, in my mind, I've been in the beach, and it just manifested outside.
So
it's coming.
He be meditating.
It's coming, man.
Nah, man. I went to the 225 Fest, and the sun got the better of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was out there
How was it?
10 minutes. I did a little wrong, and it was too hot.
10 minutes.
You asked that man how was it? He said 10 minutes. Boy, that's a great description.
It's over. I didn't want to be out there.
It was really great. Everything was great. It was. The concept was great. It was a great time, but it was so hot.
It was hot, yeah.
So they had the vendors and different organizations about the information that they had. All that was wonderful. And I just did a little stroll around and came on out.
Show my face.
Yeah, man.
Shake a couple hands, kiss a couple babies. Get out of it.
That was it. And I did kiss a couple babies. Actually, I did. So that was it. It was hot.
Yeah, it's been hotter than normal this time of year. It's crazy.
So yeah. Hey, but Baton Rouge got some things in the works as far as like development and stuff.
Yep.
A lot of stuff, especially on Government Street, mid city area. They doing a lot. So it's about time.
It's about time, boy. Boy, we've been saying that for years, bro.
For years, man. Because Baton Rouge got a lot of potential.
Yes. Sometimes it's the changing of the guard. I think sometimes with the we call it the good old boys.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some younger flavor moves in, and then they're able to make some stuff move that normally wouldn't move. Normally the people in certain generations just want everything to stay like it's been for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But change is inevitable.
It is.
So we back, man. What's popping? What's popping in these Evergreen streets? You heard me?
Man, everything going on, man. It's like I thought it was gonna be a lull right now in the sports, and in the situation, but then we had the trades, we had injuries.
Yep.
Like cats been injured. I looked the other day, they got cats who been injured more than they didn't play in NBA games.
Wow.
So it's like
and that's a conversation too.
Yeah, man.
Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards played for Minnesota. Mm-hmm. He got on, which is the first time I actually seen I don't know if the first time I seen a player or a young player actually complain about load management. Did y'all see?
What did he say?
Yeah, he kind of got on and was talking about he's tired of. It's the same thing the commentators would say. They're tired of seeing great players not play big games on TV or play in certain games when you come to their city or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the people paid them money to come and see that player play. And then you're not playing. Now it's two-sided for me because he 12 years old, he's 12, so of course he ain't got a load man. He ain't got a load man. He want to play all night, every night. He one of them, young, just want to go play.
100% every game.
He ain't been injured. He don't know what it's like to have to manage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Injury or age. He doesn't know it, but this is my first time kind of seeing a player say something like that about the load management.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what players are we talking about though?
Well, I mean,
because I don't agree with that load management stuff.
What you don't agree with? What you mean?
Well, it's not a big deal to me because when they bring up load management, they really just talking about LeBron.
Steph been doing it this year. Steph,
he hurt.
Bron, right.
KD hurt.
But they
LeBron
do
hurt.
True.
Yeah.
And old.
One thing
Kawhi's hurt.
Yeah.
So, but did load management cause that? Because they've been getting load management a couple of years. So has load management actually caused some of these injuries versus prevented them? I think the NBA thought it was going to prevent them.
There's two schools of thought with that. Two schools of thought. Some schools of thoughts are that the more you play, the more you get it, that your body gets conditioned to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? But then it's a science thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Two-time MVP, not load management.
He sure ain't.
Ain't nobody
about to be 3-time MVP.
Yeah.
Jokic.
Yeah.
I don't know. They may give it to Embiid this year just because they want to mix it up something. Yeah.
I think they're really talking about Kawhi Leonard when it comes to load management.
Well, he the king of load man. He the figurehead. You look at load management, you see his face. Right.
But I understand from a fan's perspective because I went and saw the Warriors and Pelicans play, and I know the Warriors had a back-to-back, but the night before they played Houston, so. To fly from Houston to New Orleans is not a long flight. It's like 45 minutes.
45.
And so we go there, right? Everybody excited.
It's the most recent time they played?
Yep.
Yeah, Raj went too. He told me the same thing.
And so Clay wasn't playing, Steph wasn't playing, Draymond wasn't playing. And only person I knew was Jordan Poole. I knew nobody else that was on the court for the Warriors. So that is upsetting because, the fans kind of pay tickets in advance to come see that. And so if you're not really injured, because they played the night before.
Right.
And so I guess you think about it that, can you suck it up for one more night? Now I know they're in the Western Conference. So in their minds, that made me, it's like, well, look, we may come back to New Orleans. I don't know how that works. But I do think they need to let people know in advance if you're not playing or not.
Now they do that in baseball. Baseball they put out the starting lineup early in the day. So if the game at like 7 p.m., the starting lineup and the pitching staff, all of that come out about 12 o'clock. So you got like 6-7 hours and you can resell your ticket.
And that's the thing I heard in the Pelicans, like they found out, because after the game they found out maybe like an hour before that they weren't playing.
They ain't say nothing. But I don't mind that from the Warriors standpoint, because number one, the Pelicans trying to eat off of them and their success. So y'all players injured. Why we can't sit our players? Who won the game?
Pelicans did.
Does it matter to the Pelicans now?
I know.
So so all they done trying to do is sell tickets.
They're selling tickets.
That's the Pelicans' fault.
Which is my question. I want to ask. So I had a question because it doesn't bother them. How many games you go to? Like, do you go to games? Are you an avid ball, like going to the games type? Or you rather watch on TV?
No, I ain't gonna lie. Like from that perspective, like I understand that, but at the same time, it's like I don't think it's a big deal because I don't think it's as prevalent as we make it seem.
Right.
It's like the main thing we look at is like, oh yeah, like LeBron and KD haven't played each other
since
in like 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of it is like they sitting out because of back-to-backs.
Right.
Some of it is like they just injured.
And some of it is because they're just getting older.
You know what I'm saying? Like I understand what Ant's saying, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like we saw it with the All-Star game this year.
Yeah. All-Star game was trash.
I didn't watch it.
They need to stop.
I didn't watch it
They need to stop it.
Bro, they had all.
They need to stop.
Y'all remember when the All-Star game had so many? You remember when Kobe? Remember the All-Star game that Kobe and Bron was playing in, and everybody was on the floor. Like, man, everybody was in the games. Like, there's so many different stars, right? And everybody was a superstar. Like this year, it was like the best statistical players in the league, but they're not superstars. Like, that's just me. I don't feel like Ja Morant is a superstar. I feel like Ja Morant is a star, but I don't feel like he's a superstar player. He doesn't make me want to go watch all of his games. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like I'm about to subscribe to NBA TV so I can watch all the Memphis.
He's a highlight reel.
Highlight and a sometime he highlight reel. Like sometimes there, but then he still got a push shot. So it's like he still ain't got a real jumper. Like or like Jokic is there, or like even like Tatum then was playing Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But it's like I don't care. Yeah. So now the stars that was the biggest stars they had there was LeBron, and then after him it probably was like Kyrie.
Giannis left in the first play.
You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't star-studded, and this may be what the NBA is about to start looking like in a little while, which I'm kind of upset about because
I know.
But being a person that I'm a person that I watch. I went to the Hornets game, not the Hornets, the Pelicans game last night. Okay. Right? They played the Magic. How
was the game?
I mean, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game. Orlando beat them.
Orlando beat them?
Yeah, Orlando beat them. That boy Paulo's all right.
Yeah,
he got when he grow into his skill, he gonna be a problem because he huge, but he can handle the ball. But the arena semi packed. You know what I'm saying? The people were there. And I think it's because it's the only show in town that night. It's a Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back. We used to have season tickets when they were the Hornets. When Baron Davis and David Wesley, Jamal McGlure, PJ Brown.
Was David West on that team?
David West was on there for a while.
Okay.
Right. So we used to have season tickets. So at that particular time, being a season ticket owner, I'm mad when I pull up. There wasn't a lot of load management at that time though. But I'll be mad if I get there and such not playing. I'll be pissed because I'm a season ticket owner. Like when I'm a season ticket owner, I mean I'm trying to come to all y'all games.
All of them. Trying to see everybody.
And at this time, LeBron is in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
So when you pull up, I'm trying to see LeBron play. Right. I'm trying to see when the Lakers come because Kobe playing. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see these players come, and when y'all come, I want to see y'all play. And thank God at the time they were all playing. But now me being a season ticket owner or somebody that buys maybe a span of tickets, they do that too.
Package, yeah.
Yeah, they buy a package of the next
12 games. 12 games. Might get.
Yeah, and the prices are different depending on what team is coming.
Right. Yep.
If they're not playing, you know what I'm saying, that kind of hurts the it kind of hurts. Yeah. I mean, they still making hand over fist.
They are, because they, like you said, the fans bought the tickets before the game anyway.
Right.
So the home team is really not upset if Steph didn't play or if LeBron didn't play. Right. We've made our money already.
We done made our money already. Yeah. It's already done. Nah, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen though. In this next CBA, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
they're gonna have a conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah, and they may lock out on it because they're gonna have to.
It's definitely gonna be a lockout.
At this point, we've already talked about it. The NFL, the NBA, the MLB, all of them are entertainment companies.
Yep.
Okay, so you're not humanity organizations. You're not human rights organizations. You're not charitable donation organization. You're not 501c. You're none of that. You are an entertainment company. You're 2 steps of reality above wrestling. Okay, can we get it to maybe 3? All right. So that being said, I think that if I'm an entertainment company, then when we do a concert or we're on tour, the acts need to, Will got to perform. Doug, you got to rap tomorrow night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta come out for it. You can't load, man. I know you might be tired, but this the tour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so if I'm an entertainment company, I can kind of see that. I try to look at it from the humanitarian, like, yeah, the players got rights and everything, but at the end of the day, they do. But at the end of the day, like, you signed up to play ball.
Yeah.
That contract had nothing about and I'm telling you, it's about to change.
That's true too.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the CBA, but the verbiage is about to change, and I mean, they might even start docking people for so many games.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way I think you can change it in the CBA is actually change. It's pay for play. So if you go pay for play, this is what your max salary can be, and if you miss so many games, this is what your salary is actually going to be. So right. you start seeing players who's supposed to get $30 million a year, and they start getting 26. They're gonna be like, man, I need to keep playing so I get them on the $4 million.
I'm about to play ball. Where LeBron train at?
TB12 then retired, so they're gonna go get TB12.
Yeah.
People, so they're gonna be able to play every game. So that's the only way I can see it change is pay for play.
Yeah, all the PTO. Yeah, right now, every job you got PTO. Yep. You got paid time off, but that runs out. Most jobs it pay PTO. You get about 14 days, whatever company. When that run out, you still can get days off. If they don't need you, but you're not getting paid for it. Right. So it's almost like, yo, you can take care of your body tonight, right? You can do it. You can sit out, take care of your body, and do that. But this is your 9th or 10th time. You're not getting paid the next one. So that's a price. That's how much that load management cost to you that night. Whatever that night check is for that game, that's how much that load management.
How strenuous would the medical records be when I say that? Like, if a player say he's resting, but then they can say, well, I got like ankle injury or groin injury, and they're really not hurt. How in depth would the NBA, the league investigate that, right? Because I could easily say, because everybody in the NBA has something wrong with them. Mm-hmm. If you play any sport, something's wrong with it. Right. So if I'm like tired, but I know I can play, I got like a little ankle soreness, I got a little swelling in my knee. How is the league going to investigate that to determine, does he really have knee swelling or is he low managing? That's the tricky part.
I think it'll be the same thing. I think that because there's no way they ain't gonna be able to do that. I don't think they're gonna have enough personnel to be able to investigate that.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's just gonna have to be, well, dang, man, my bad. Like your knee sore.
Yeah.
Cool. It's still your 11th time. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
oh yeah.
I think they're just gonna have to keep that same.
It's just gonna be a broad.
Like this is gonna be a broad blanket thing that's just gonna put on it. That's the only way that I see it.
But the NBA,
am I for it? I'm not saying I'm for it right now. Don't nobody kill me talking about you for it. No, I'm not for it, but I understand it.
Right.
But can the NBA help them out also? Can the NBA stop doing the back-to-backs? Like, we grew up watching all these games, so we grew up watching back-to-backs. But is it necessary? Yeah, back-to-backs necessary in the NBA? Like, the season is already long. It's Who cares if you expand the season out another 28, 32 days and not have any back-to-backs? Who cares?
I mean, I could take a longer basketball season because that means it's closer. Less time than football coming right after that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's just now. And see, it's one of them things, man. In life, do you want a longer season? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But less time off in between when the season start back again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or do you want less games? So it's and if you're talking about taking, let's say you take 82 games a season, you know they've calculated the money that they're gonna make.
Yep.
You take them games away, you're scraping off the top of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, it's another subject. This is why I think that a lot of times they're trying to push out a lot of the guys that's lasting longer. You know what I'm saying? I think they're trying to do that to Bron. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why he don't get calls. I think they really be like, all right, Bron, like,
you done.
It's time for you to go because you milking us more than we milking you now. You know what I'm saying? And I think they want to push out the way so just get a bunch of young dudes in there that just keep playing ball.
He got a point because he got a point.
Yeah, I mean, he been there for 20 years. Right now, Bron is actually benefiting more. Kobe was like that.
He was.
Kobe was benefiting more. Do you realize that Kobe actually, the year that Kobe had his farewell season, I'm actually, you ready, Swag? Who won the championship that year? You do not know. You have no idea who won the championship that year. Like they wasn't even. It was Kobe's farewell season.
Oh, yeah,
that was it.
Cleveland. I think it was Cleveland.
Was it Cleveland?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Kobe's farewell tour.
I know LeBron probably was in the championship.
It had to be. It was 12 years.
Every other year, you know, you're like, it ain't.
But it was Kobe's farewell season. So Kobe was garnering, and I'm not even gonna get to the conspiracies, but Kobe was garnering so much attention, bro. And I didn't know this, but these players were adoring Kobe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I think Kobe and LeBron had that Mike didn't have was that he didn't have the adoration. The people respected Mike's game, but they say Mike was an a-hole.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't friendly. Wasn't trying to show nobody nothing. Wasn't trying to help nobody nothing at all. And they said Kobe was like that too. Yeah. But over time,
he shifted.
It kind of matured with him with age. But Bron come in like that. Mm-hmm. So Bron is getting to the point now where those players are getting to appreciate just man, like Bron, you know, like come let me take a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And I think the NBA like, nah, this
how crazy his farewell tour gonna be?
Whoo.
How crazy is LeBron farewell tour?
I don't think he's not going to do it like Kobe did it.
Nah.
I think he's going to do it another way.
What you think?
I don't know. I feel like he already has a plan. I feel like him and the team already got a calculated plan on how to.
They already got it set up, huh?
Yeah,
script written out. Spring Hill.
They already got it written out. I just don't know exactly how it's going to go. I don't want him to go over the top with it, if that makes sense. Because I do think sometimes like he can be like overly animated a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I think they do have it planned out. I just don't know exactly how they're going to do it. Like, is he going to announce before the season that this is last year? Like the same like where Kobe did that, so I don't know how he's going to do it.
Do y'all think this injury that he has, and it's real hazy what the injury is? They said they're going to reassess it in 2 weeks or whatever. Do you think this injury? And I got takes on it. I'm just let y'all get y'all's because I got takes on it. I got two takes. I had a take at the beginning of the day today, and then it changed in the afternoon. But do you think this injury is old age? Do you think it's wear and tear? Like what do you have y'all thought about it at all?
Right, I seen the injury live, and I texted in the group immediately. Like that was the worst injury I ever seen LeBron actually have. Like watching him play. Right. Like I thought he was done for the season as soon as I seen it happen.
Oh, wow. Right.
Like Cat jumped up, did the snaky leg, stretched out his foot, and kept playing the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. He's a superhuman at this point.
He's a clone.
Like. So it got real to me when I seen that. It was like, dang, LeBron getting older. Mm-hmm. Because before LeBron would jump up, do a couple flexes,
shake it off, yeah,
and next thing you know, he dunking on somebody.
Right.
But I didn't see him dunk at all the rest of that game.
No, he didn't. So
he was hobbling a little bit. So I think it's a little more old age. I think he also had a conversation with the Bus family, and I think it's looking like. We kind of building for the future a little bit. Mm-hmm. We want to keep you, but we also want to draft Bronny. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of looking to me like that. LeBron shouldn't play no more the rest of the year.
You think he should be out?
I think he should be out the rest of the year. I seen the injury live. Like he should not be playing. I don't know how he played the rest of that game. And that's my take on it. Old age, and they setting up for the future as the Lakers.
Yeah, I think it's wear and tear too, because you think about 20 years of playing all those games, and he's one of the superstars who, when he shows up, he plays.
He plays, yeah.
The only way you're gonna keep him out is he has to be really injured.
And he's playing 36 or 37 minutes a game last year and this year.
That's what I'm saying, and he plays back to back. So
Right.
I think it's just wear and tear. And like to your point, when you heard, he said, "I heard a pop." So we all play sports in some capacity. If you hear a pop, that's a wrap. But this man still got up and dropped 11 points in the fourth quarter. So I don't know if it was adrenaline or it's this mindset of, it's like, man, if you hear some pop, how are you still? And he was hooping. Like, even though he wasn't as explosive,
Right.
but he was still doing like Euro stepping and up and unders and everything. So I think it is wear and tear to a sense. I really do. But also, which I think Montreal's going to head to, and like you said, I think they're having that conversation now, like, hey, LeBron, because from a business standpoint, to be honest with you, you're in year 20. Like, you're not going to play 10 more years. Like, you're not. So we got to start thinking about the future. You know what I mean? And LeBron, even as great as he is in year 20, this is not like Cleveland LeBron where he can say, hey, y'all just get on my back. Like, he needs help.
He needs help.
Because he can't play consistent defense like he could because you're in year 20, bro. But he's still, I say he's still top 5 in the league when he want to.
When he want to be.
Top 5 in the league. And so I just think it's wear and tear. That's 20 years of hooping nonstop.
They said they took a vote on 101 former players. I don't know if it's former players or recent players, and asked who the best players in the league, and LeBron was number 1 on the list. It was Bron, and then I think Jokic, and then they had the list goes down.
Really?
So my take was all that earlier today. I was having a conversation. Shout out to Troy. I was having a conversation. We were talking about it. Then I sat on the sofa today. Are y'all ready? Nobody should let me sit down and watch nothing. Just let the day. I sat down. And I said,
The little cloud come out Montreal.
Yeah, like in the comic books. Right, but I'm watching. I'm halfway watching YouTube to see what different people are saying because everybody talking about it on the shows. Yeah. But I'm also on social media, which is the new sports media, right? Which is crazy. And they show if you watch the game, you remember the last play they throwing the ball in, they had to call timeout. They throw it in because they're trying to throw it in. They know they're gonna foul, trying to get free throws. And he's standing on the sideline, and Patrick Mahomes standing right here, right behind him. And he turns to Patrick Mahomes and said, "You ain't the only one playing on the effed up ankle." Right? And he's standing there like ain't nothing, ain't no grimace, ain't no nothing. And he talked, and he waited, and he throw the ball in, and it was the one that played the Anthony Davis. They call a foul. He said, "Yo, free throw." And he walk out on the court like ain't nothing going on. And I said, we didn't hurt things before. And if I'm really, I don't care how, they tell you to tie your shoe up. When you sprain your ankle, you want to keep playing, tie your shoe up. Don't take it off. It's going to pop open like a pack of biscuits, right? Like, so tie it tight up. And I said that, and I looked at it, and I saw somebody else post. I looked at it again, and I said, the whole conversation about next season and building, I said, LeBron, I wonder, and then y'all got to hear me. And I had to catch myself because I don't want to be doing it as a fan. But I wonder if he rope-a-doping a little bit. I wonder if he's injured, but it's not as bad as he think he is. And I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why. One, that game Sunday, who were they playing?
The Mavericks.
Yeah. Who's on the Mavericks?
Kyrie.
That was supposed to come over there. All right, cool. All right, watch me. Which was all over his face.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw Kyrie's face, but it was all over Kyrie's face. Like, it was on his face. Here go LeBron again. I thought we was going to beat him because they was up by 27. Yeah. LeBron did it again. I think I'm not staying here with Luka and them. I'm out of here.
Mark Cuban face too.
Mark Cuban face too.
Was looking like,
Mark Cuban was like, man,
he did it again.
Why, like, how does he keep doing this?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and I saw it, and so I said, well, so you got to think about it now. LeBron James, and you got to catch my take, and I may be reaching, but it's going to make sense. It's going to be a sensible reach. LeBron James has won 4 championships, multiple MVPs. He just broke the all-time scoring record. There's really nothing else for him to do in the NBA besides winning more championships so they can say whatever the Jordan conversation is. But for the most part, there's really nothing else that he can do to solidify his legacy more, if you get what I'm saying. Like, the only thing is now he's just going to pad it. He's padding it, but there's really nothing to do. So when that happens, I remember when Tiger Woods at his top. When Tiger was at his top, he was doing something else. Like he was playing against himself. He wasn't playing against other people on the tournament no more. It's a different game now. I'm not trying to get W's or wins or stats like y'all knew this, whatever y'all. I'm not trying to do that no more. I'm playing for a long term. I'm setting stuff up 2 years later. To me, I do believe he's injured, right? So I do believe there is some of that with OA, just because he's 38, just because of what it is. But I believe that it may not be as bad. The boy walked out of the gym. He had no crutches or nothing. I watched that Patrick Mahomes clip, then I watched him walk out the gym, right? He's limping. But I was like, because I know Bron knows that he can't win this year without his team stepping up. So now what better way to get your team to step up than to sit on the side? Okay? Not saying he's not injured, all right? So I'm not going that far to say he's not injured. Yeah. But because they tell me they're going to assess it in 2 weeks and they're going to see if he need to come back and play through it. Is it season injury? Did it pop? Tell me what it is. Or is this a mind game now? And that's one thing. Two, they're trying to, because he's going to leverage if this team doesn't do it. If this team can't win games enough to get them in the playoff, they're only one game behind the 6 or 7 seed right now. Crazy, right? Which is terrible. The West, it shows how bad the West is, by the way. But anyway, they're in the 12th spot, but they're only one game behind 6, 7 seed. If this team can't get it done or can't give enough push, the schedule's not hard, what they got left. Yeah. If they can't give enough push, then now he has leverage to say, y'all do what it takes to get Kyrie over here next year. Yep. Because you better believe Rob Pelinka and Jenny Buss are thinking if they can win with this team, they're not messing with Kyrie next year. You get what I'm saying? So to me, he's playing the game. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's not injured. Okay, I'm not saying that he's totally not injured and he's 100% faking. But I believe he can put on a little bit more to leverage some of the things that he wants to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that conversation's coming up.
And he should. He's at the end of the day, he's LeBron. Like,
what else are you gonna do right now? This is a new game. It's like
the Lakers. All the Lakers have to do is go. Hey, LeBron, who do you want this year? And that's the end of the conversation. Who do you want this year? Let's make it happen. Because at the end of the day, the old, the new, whatever they want to call the arena, is packed.
It's packed. It's packed. And it's packed every night. Sell out.
You can't let LeBron leave LA. That's why LeBron has to have a farewell tour. He's a Laker, dude. He's a Laker. Like, you know how much those tickets are gonna be for LeBron farewell tour?
Ooh, they're gonna be up there. Everybody jacking them up for that.
I know the night of the scoring record. I think it was like somebody paid $60,000 for a ticket.
One seat.
Nope, I'm not true.
Not a box. One seat.
Nope. 60. So yeah, the farewell tour is gonna be crazy.
So I don't know. I think he's leveraging. I think it's part leveraging. I can't say that's not in his mind. I think he's injured. All the stuff we said, and everything. I think all those things do factor and play in. But I do think that he'll do things. Because how else will you maneuver what you're trying to get done? If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he all right. So I had a similar injury to my foot in high school, my senior year. Made a tackle and I felt the bottom of my foot pop. It did. It popped.
Like the bottom. Explain to the bottom.
Like right in the middle.
Like the arch almost.
Right in the arch. I heard it go pop like that. It was like the fourth quarter. But it felt like a ball was inside of it, right? And I was like, oh, dang. So, I finished the game. Then the next week, I tore something. They said, found out I tore something. But I missed one game. The next week. Then I played the following week.
That's the 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks.
So, and it wasn't painful. Right, if we were playing somebody, I think hard, the next week I probably would have played. But it's one of those things where it wasn't like a painful, it wasn't like a sharp pain. Because like you said, something like that, this dude went out there and was getting buckets. Now after the game, he was limping a lot more than he was. I get that part because of adrenaline and things like that. But LeBron is known to be very calculated in everything that he does. And I was even earlier, I was telling Swag that year after the bubble when they won the championship. Then it was a short season. AD was hurt, but they got to the play-in and they beat the Warriors. They go on in the first round to play the Suns. I Don't people realize this? The Suns that year, the Suns end up going to the finals.
Yeah.
Sure
Okay,
did. Mm.
but the first round, people didn't give the Lakers really a chance because they were struggling all year. They went up 2-1.
Yep.
They sure did.
It was up.
When they went up 2-1 and LeBron saw AD get hurt, LeBron literally, I saw him shut it down because in his mind, it's like, well, I'm getting older. I'm not about to sit here and try to carry this team past the first round.
Yeah, that ain't what we're doing.
I'm not doing it anymore.
And even if I did it, how much further we gonna go?
And if he did do it,
Get swept the next
how much
round.
further is he? That takes off years now.
Yeah, he playing a different game.
People don't realize that takes years off his career. That takes years off him being an all-time leading scorer. Like, because now that takes a lot of effort. For some reason, in these past couple of days, I've been watching like old clips, like when he's with Cleveland. And I'm not a basketball savant. I'm not by no stretch of the imagination. But I'm watching him with these Cleveland teams. Will, I'm not joking. And this is not with Kyrie, not with Kevin Love, anybody. When I'm watching with these Cleveland teams, I'm literally seeing one man control the whole entire game.
Never seen nothing like it.
Which I've never seen anything like that. You need a pass, he pass. You need to run offense, he run offense. I see him in Cleveland point out plays and say, hey, get a ball to him. The other night, now, against the Lakers, you know what I'm talking?
When they call timeout,
he said, I got it.
I got it.
Nobody-
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. He said, give me the ball.
Nobody pay attention to that. Say, I got it. And so I just think, and for us, we think, oh man, this dude is ridiculous. But in his mind, that takes a lot of energy to do that. Like he did it with Cleveland. He did that. Even I watched with the Heat. Dwayne Wade was hurt.
Yep.
Half his time he was there. And so I think at this point, like, man, there's no way I can keep doing this. If I keep doing this, then my longevity is not going to be sustainable.
Nope. Is he playing a different game?
He is.
He's
He's so far ahead of his time right now. Like even in year 20, that's
Right.
crazy to say. But he's so far ahead of his time. The way he think basketball, the way he see the court, and the way he actually took care of his body. He was ready to get the vacation. What you saying is he was ready to get the vacation after AD got hurt. He was ready.
Yeah, and we just won a championship 2 years ago. Y'all go ahead and get this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He knows he's breaking the scoring record this year. Like he's playing a different game. Everything else is padding now. Do you realize every point that he scores right now is history?
Yeah.
He's steadily
He's breaking the record. He's breaking the record every time.
All right.
Is he gonna get the 6?
6 rings?
6 rings?
Yeah. Is he gonna 6? If he get the 6, all the conversations is over.
Nah. See, I saw
all the GOAT conversations, all of the debating.
which is weird
over.
because, well, yeah, you're right. It's over. They
It
ain't
is
talk about it
over.
anymore.
They can't talk about nothing else.
I think he saw a lot of hope with this team, which I do too, because they got way younger. Defense got better. It would even be better if somebody like Kyrie came next year. You know what I'm saying? And they kept some of the pieces in place. I think he can win another 1 or 2 if they kept a team around him. You see what I'm saying? I don't care 1 foot. I don't care about it all. LeBron in the playoffs, right here, is over with.
Yeah, mentally.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said before the season started. If Anthony Davis plays,
If he plays,
the Lakers can win it all. I don't care what year it is.
That's true.
What year LeBron James is in. If Anthony Davis stays healthy and plays like he's playing right now, the Lakers can win it all. They can win 3 rings.
He's so inconsistent.
here's what I got. I think what they did, I think they finally put when a lot of times when a player becomes a star at doing something, you just see them at doing that.
Yeah.
So he became a star in New Orleans. You know, just hooping. Carrying teams, they went to the playoffs a couple times, right? But that's not the type of player he is. So when he goes to LA, which is a bigger stage, you're about to play with LeBron, they expected more out of you. They thought, well, LeBron carried teams. AD carried teams. If I put them 2 carrying teams together, of course they could carry a team and they could take turns. That's where the Westbrook thing came from, to be honest, because Westbrook took trash teams to the playoffs. Got triple doubles and won MVPs with them teams. You don't know who he was playing with. You know what I'm saying? But so they thought it's just you think you can come and do that, but it's not like that, especially when you go play at LA. Now they got other defensive players on the team, younger players on the team, other people that can shoot the ball. Not a lot of shooting, but more like that. So now AD can do what he need to do. What do he need to do? Stay under the rim. Don't shoot no threes. We don't want to see you taking nobody in the crossover. Bruise under the rim, get blocks. He had 4 blocks in the first quarter of the night. Get blocks, get rebounds, put the ball back, get offensive rebound, put the ball back up. When you do that, then that opens up your game for your little turnaround jump and your little shimmy and everything, right? Mm-hmm. But you need to be able to be in a position to do that. It can't just be you and Bron carrying the team. You get what I'm saying?
He's always been a complimentary player.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a great complimentary player, though.
He is one of the greatest in the league right now, complimentary players. Yeah. But he's not gonna carry no team. Mm-mm. He's not gonna be the main person.
That's why I think without LeBron, I don't even think they can make the play-in. Even though that schedule is easy, AD is not capable of saying, "Here, get on my back, let me bring it home." Like even tonight, like they're not gonna beat Memphis.
The only reason I think they can make the play-in is because of how trash everybody else playing. Because I watched the Pelicans last night, they lost on Magic, and the Pelicans played the Celtics or somebody like next. You know what I'm saying? And I watched them play. Like they're
good.
They're not. So even if Lakers lose tonight, if they lose, tomorrow, whatever it is,
you're still in it.
You know what I'm saying? And they dropping games like nothing. I mean, them jokers, for the fact that the 12th seed is 1 game behind the 6th seed. Yeah. But I ain't never seen it like that before.
You go on a 5-game winning streak.
That's it. They say out of the last 23 games, they can lose like 6 or 7 of them and still get the play.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
7, that's true.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's interesting to see.
Can the Pelicans be fixed? Is what I want to know.
Nope.
So you got a cat who missed 100 and I think they said 175, 176 games in 4 years. He has missed over 2 seasons in 4 years.
They should have. We talked about it, Will. They missed their shot. Last year, was it last year? Year before last, he was healthy. He was playing good. They should have traded that boy. They should have traded him for a whole roster. They could have got all them boys off of New York, R.J. Barrett, whatever. They people were looking. He could have got a bunch of stuff from a bunch of different teams. Phoenix was in the mix. Yep. They could have got a bunch of people, got people in there, and could have got some youngness in there, and could have had a team that, if not a championship team, a team that can actually be a good playoff team and can maybe be a contender. They didn't do it. I would have traded that boy immediately because I've seen this before.
Right.
And that's the thing with New Orleans fans. Like New Orleans fans don't care about winning no NBA finals. Like all we want to do is just go to playoff games.
They want to go to playoff games, and they want to beat good teams. I remember when I went to the games. That's how it was. They was like, boy, they loved it, boy. When Kobe them came and then Kobe them was good that year, and they beat them.
Oh man, we own.
Man, what?
I have been to every playoff. I have been to every playoff series since they've been the Hornets. Right. That they have been in.
Yep.
I don't care about no regular season. I'm going to the playoff game though.
And you don't care if they lose.
I don't care if they lose.
And the city,
I expect them to lose.
And the city,
I'm going to a playoff,
city,
bro. It's on. It is on.
The city popping.
It is on.
And you can feel the energy walking to the game. People outside like, yo, what up, yo. Like, it's that's what they're looking for. Looking for the energy.
Is it the same vibe? I feel like it's the same vibe even with the Saints. Just give me to the playoffs.
Nah.
Like they want the Saints to win the Super Bowl.
We're firing everybody right now. We need to fire.
Yeah, and ever since the Saints won the Super Bowl, it's like y'all need to be winning the Super Bowl every year.
Remember the Kevin Garnett when he won the championship? Anything is possible.
Yeah. Right.
That's how the Saints fans feel.
They feel like they can.
But the Saints talking about not drafting a quarterback right now and paying the cat $30 million. That's trash from the Raiders.
Derek Carr.
Man.
But they better not.
Because they trying to win. Because they don't want to rebuild. They trying to win.
Right.
So look, I think this is how they can win. Because they told me Aaron Rodgers retired. If they can get him to come out of retirement, if they get Aaron Rodgers to come out of retirement and come back and play, I mean, hey, why not?
Can they trade for him though?
They could trade for him. They just got a pick for Sean Payton. Send the Sean Payton pick.
That's true.
Send the Sean Payton pick. And
so they had reports that Aaron Rodgers retired today.
I saw somebody say it. I tried to say it, but it didn't.
Wasn't true.
But I ran with it. Yeah, clearly I ran with it. I text y'all like, yo, this is one of the things tonight, Aaron Rodgers.
But I was so confused looking at that phone.
He was like, retire. And I had to think about it. Like, man, I ain't seen no ESPN alert. I ain't seen nothing going on. But they have been talking about Aaron Rodgers and what he's gonna do. So they're looking like he's not gonna be in a Packers jersey next year because they said they hadn't even talked since the season been over.
Man, send that boy to New Orleans, man.
But hold on, so I think that Aaron Rodgers, much like TB, TB12 did when he left Patriots. I think it's got to be a good situation that he's got to go to where he can win immediately. Mm-hmm. I think New Orleans is that.
Oh, he ain't coming. You know what I immediately thought about?
What else?
TB12 went to a good coach that was known. Saints ain't got no coach, man. So that means
they're not gonna get along.
Yeah, because he gonna be like, dude, I'm smarter than you.
Yeah, he ain't get along with good coaches.
So you know he ain't get along with nobody's.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I see Aaron Rodgers going to a team with a coach already who kind of close.
Let's think what teams? Team that's right on the cusp.
They got good coaches and good personnel around them.
Yeah, and don't have a
if
Dallas
49ers.
or 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
49ers got a Pro Bowl team.
Yep. What about your boy?
Quarterback.
Is Stafford coming back for the Rams? Is Stafford don't come back?
Yeah, Stafford coming back.
Yeah, 49ers it is.
That's it. Cause he's not gonna go back to the Cowboys and reunite with
Nah,
because he coached them at Green Bay.
And
They won a Super Bowl, but
that Dak, man.
Cowboys
They got to get rid of that Dak contract.
Cowboys gonna hold on to Dak like they hold on to Jason Garrett. Watch. Jason Garrett should have been gone. I don't know. Jason Garrett got something on Jerry Jones.
So you think Dak got something on him too?
I don't know, but I don't know what it is.
So, bro, I knew Dak wasn't no. I always knew Dak wasn't no great quarterback, but I knew the tide was turning on Dak this year when I seen all of the fans was talking about everything that happened in his personal life. They stopped talking about what he was doing on the football field. They didn't care anymore that he couldn't complete the 10-yard out no more. It was like, oh well, you know he been through a lot this year. They started making the excuses for him. Like, nah, man, this is entertainment. I want to be entertained. I am not entertained, Dak.
Yeah.
Like,
do what you're supposed to do. And I think we talked about it before. I realized I knew this at Mississippi State. When he at Mississippi State, right? I knew this, but Dak can't read no coverages. Not like that. He's good enough to play pro ball. But he can't read coverages like that to the status that they're trying. He's the Dallas Cowboys. They're talking about winning the championship. He got players. Mm-hmm. The only thing they might need is a running back.
They got two.
That backup running back is pretty good. The one behind.
So if you combine them two, that's a good running game.
Look, man, and they drafted what the boy name is, Reggie Wayne. Was it? No, not Reggie Wayne. I'm going way back. T.Y. Hilton.
No, who
was it? T.Y.
They got T. I think they had got T.Y. this year.
Yeah, because
free agent,
yeah, because I remember I saw the play where T.Y. was wide open, and that boy couldn't read the coverage.
Right.
And that boy wide open the other side, he couldn't read it.
They defense been balling too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you got a perfect team set up. All you need to do is get him to step up to the so.
Aaron Rodgers though. Back to the Aaron Rodgers. The perfect team for him might be Miami because we never know what's going on with Tua and his health. Yeah. So that'd be a good trade for them. Y'all don't need no first round pick this year. Just go ahead and trade that to the Packers for Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, you said it. Aaron Rodgers had to go to the right coach though, bro. It's got to be the right coach because he seems to be somebody that has like a chip on his shoulder and an attitude with coaches. I don't know. Just for me from the outside. I don't know the guy personally, but just look. He seems to be like uninterested. He seems to think he's smarter than everybody in the world. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the team. So it's like he's got to go to somewhere, and I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get along with any head coach. Only head coach he may. I think him and Sean Payton would have been a good fit because of Sean Payton's confidence in who he is. Like Sean Payton, like the first day,
he might get him over there.
You know when they asked him about The Office with Russell Wilson, like so coach, what do you think about Russell Wilson have his own office? I never heard that. We're not gonna do that around here.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, like, and it's not. He's not gonna. With Sean Payton, he's not gonna have an office.
They say not only he had an office, he had a personal quarterback coach.
Yeah.
He had a personal masseuse. No, don't think about Deshaun Watson. Don't do it. Don't do it. He had his own personal masseuse. He had a personal trainer, and he had the people that run his businesses and his organizations actually coming in to the Broncos facility. They say on an average day he would have 6 to 7 people coming in work for him. That's unheard of.
We just talked about somebody that was like that. We was talking about LeBron. I think LeBron be talking, but it's different. I guess it's different. I guess you can get what you can negotiate.
Yeah.
But you have as a leader, you have to understand how that goes across to your team.
You gotta win,
and you gotta win.
And I think it's all about your personality too as well. Like, so if LeBron does that, he brings in his personal trainers and stuff and all of that. But how is he relating to the rest of his teammates?
Yeah, he's not separating himself.
Yeah, how's he treating them? And so with Russell Wilson, how's he? I don't know what's going on in the locker room, but how is he treating his teammates? They
say he don't even be in the locker room.
Yeah,
they say he really be in the office.
Yeah. So
I heard some other stuff about the fan about them too with some of the organizations.
What?
Somebody hit me up about some stuff going on with some money in one of the organizations.
Don't break the news.
I ain't gonna break the news on here, but some other stuff going on. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm saying that to say Aaron Rodgers might end up in Denver. Because, when stuff starts coming out about a player, talking about his office all of a sudden. Now, he had that office when he went over there.
Yeah, he did.
And somebody knew.
Right.
Nobody talked about it if it was such a tragedy. But now it's like sometimes they use media and different things to justify their movements for what they're about to do next.
And then the thing that came out that he wanted Pete Carroll fired.
You see what I'm saying?
That didn't make no sense.
But it didn't.
That didn't make sense.
See the pub now? That's the media. That's the
right.
Somebody's putting that out there, so they're trying to stack the chips up against him. So now if they make a move, because you got to realize they brought him over here last year.
Just one year.
So you can't really move that boy this year.
No.
Even though he had a losing season, you can't really do it because you have to give another try and stuff like that. But if you build up enough public perception about it, we can make a move.
Yeah.
And if you do somebody like Aaron Rodgers, you see what I'm saying? It justifies it. Nobody's gonna talk about it.
And they just gonna say Sean Payton didn't fit Sean Payton offense.
That's all they're gonna say.
That's what they're gonna say.
If they're not successful this year.
Yeah. He didn't fit Sean Payton offense.
I never asked y'all. Do y'all think Sean Payton can win Russell Wilson? No, I'm not saying a Super Bowl, but get back to the playoffs.
In the AFC?
AFC West with the Chiefs. Yeah, AFC
me,
West. It's the Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers.
It's just the Chiefs.
That's it. Yep.
That's just the Chargers gonna be the Chargers.
And the Raiders is
the Chargers wanted Sean Payton.
Right.
Am I missing? Like I'm right?
Right.
So they were saying they were gonna fire their coach to get Sean Payton.
Right.
The cat that made the playoffs. So
Right.
they don't even
That's
believe.
crazy.
They don't even believe in him.
They don't.
So I'm never gonna believe in him.
Right.
So Sean Payton is definitely making the playoffs.
That's true.
With Russell Wilson.
That's true.
Yeah, he's making the playoffs. Yeah.
Even
What are they gonna do after that?
Just from a play calling perspective. Mm-hmm. Because look, as much flack as Russell Wilson took this year, their head coach was atrocious.
He
Like,
trash. He was trash.
Like, come on, man. Like some of the play.
Give me them
Yeah,
headphones.
some of the play calling he was doing, man. Like I think it was like 3rd and 4. They ran like a jet sweep. Like he gave me like Les Miles vibes.
Yes.
Like
yes.
he did.
Man, don't do Miles like that. Miles won.
Man,
That
but
boy ain't win nothing.
man, but Miles, man,
But he won.
he did, but
He did. He won.
He won a
did.
lot of games.
Yeah, he got
That
beaten.
dude got fired in year 1.
He got beaten a lot of big ones though. I ain't gonna get on this.
Man, don't
I'm
do
not
Miles
gonna-
like
I'm not
that,
gonna-
man.
I shouldn't have said
Hey,
that.
Les Miles, I got your back,
should have.
dog.
You should have.
I got your back,
You know how I
Miles.
feel.
Let's
remember,
go, Les.
Hey, remember we got in the argument in the text group way back. We had a text group with everybody, a whole bunch of people, bro, like 12 of us. And Dante was arguing for Les Miles. Shout out Dante, wherever you are. He was arguing for Les Miles. I was like, what? Les Miles keep running the halfback dive.
Yeah.
You better all these receivers and all this. You run the halfback. Man, get out of here.
Les won.
In the games that we were watching at the time.
Les won a lot of games, but Les lost a lot of games he shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
And the thing about it with him, like the only thing I honestly would say this: Les probably would still have a job at LSU right now if he didn't allow like the stubbornness to get in the way. He didn't like outside noise saying how maybe he should run his organization, so he wasn't willing to adapt. Or he did the opposite, right? So
He did more of the wrong thing.
the wrong thing. Like for instance, the year with Jerry Lee, he wanted to spread it out and open it up that year. Well, Jerry Lee's throwing a lot of interceptions. It's probably not the time.
A lot of interceptions.
It's probably not the time to do this. Let's play ball control, play defense, and roll with it, right? And so then after that, they said that he was like, all right, I did what y'all told me to do. I opened up
He
the
was proving
offense.
the point.
Yeah, and
That's all he was
that's all he was
doing.
doing.
He was
So I'm
proving the
gonna go
point.
back to my way. So he went back to his way. Worst thing that happened was in 2011 when he had a freaking all-pro defense, and he could run the football and just throw little out routes and 9 routes to Ruben Randall, and still get the championship game. That's the worst thing that could have happened. Worst thing could have happened. And but people, even then, you realize like, wait a minute, this dude playing Alabama the second time, he's dude still running the short side option the short side options to the hash mark, to the short side of the field, thinking you can beat Bama that way. And so when I saw that, I said, man, it's not gonna work. And he was just stubborn. He was stubborn. And that year, Leonard Fournette's junior year, when they had Leonard Fournette, defense, they had Kendall Becker, they had Tre'Davious White, Jamal Adams.
Man.
That team, Malachi Dupree at wide receiver.
Darius Geis was a freshman.
Darius Geis was
a freshman. Team.
Trayvon Durrell, all them boys. When I saw that, when they played Wisconsin in Lambeau Field, and he said before the year that you're going to see a new offense. When I saw them line up in I formation and they ran that toss down to Leonard Fournette, I said, it's all right. I said, I know this man did not come out here and do this.
He did the same.
It's the same
thing.
Exact thing, bro.
And I was like, what are you doing on purpose? You trolling.
They did on purpose.
I thought he was trolling. I was like, you trolling us now.
He was trying to get fired.
Yeah, you trying to play us now, man. This same play.
Yeah, man. Shout out Les, man.
Shout out to Les, man.
Too much time on Les.
Yeah,
he was better than the dude named Hackett. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go down this rabbit hole we just went down. I'm just saying Les is better than that dude, man.
Which brings me back to the point. You said this a couple pods ago. Just because you're offered a head coaching job position does not mean
you're supposed to take it.
You're a head coach.
No, right?
Okay, right. If somebody music industry, right? Just because you get a big contract from music company doesn't mean you can sing.
It don't mean it.
And that's the whole
and the public and your performance is going to expose you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's going to expose you to the point to where you can't come back from it.
That's why people are more enamored with title than purpose. Like it's like they more concerned about.
So you got me. This is a great segue.
Yeah.
Bienemy.
Yeah.
What's swag?
What you say, Swag? EB.
If I was him, I would have never went to Washington football team. I would have stayed at Kansas City. I'm gonna keep collecting the wins. I don't have to be a head coach. I do not have to be a head coach.
Nah, he in his head he got to be one.
Why?
Because he feel like if he, I agree with you. First of all, I agree with you. But I'm starting looking at it, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see what he do with Taylor Heineke, whatever the boy name is, whoever else over there, right? Mm-hmm. Like we're gonna see.
Yeah, they cut Carson Wentz.
They sure did, because they going with Taylor, bro. They gonna play with Taylor. Taylor was a fan favorite.
What's their draft pick? They got to be drafting somebody. They can't.
Nah, they going with Taylor. They gonna go with Taylor, dog. I'm telling you.
If they go with Taylor Heineke, Eric is never gonna be a head coach.
Listen, bro. Listen.
I don't care all them little trick plays he got, moving motion, switching over, and all of that.
Let me tell you something, Eric. Let me tell you something that I think sometimes we're gonna see.
Organization not in the business of winning.
Not in the business of winning.
They're not. They never was. They never were. They never were. I think that Eric Bienemy was never gonna get credit like he wants because Andy Reid's the head coach. Right? Eric Bienemy could have been running them plays. He could have been the master of that offense. But you got two other things over there that's gonna always get the credit: Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. Mm-hmm. They're always gonna get the credit for whatever goes on. Andy Reid said it about Eric Bienemy. Mm-hmm. It does not matter. Andy Reid is the Hall of Fame head coach. They got him as one of the best coaches, top best coaches ever, right? And rightfully so, right? And Patrick Mahomes, they think Patrick Mahomes gonna be the GOAT. So when you're the offense coordinator of that team, it doesn't matter. You can be the one to run the plays. We can see the stat. Oh, Eric Bienemy called it. He made the adjustments at the halftime of the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. And I think for ego and as a man or whatever, I think that may be in his head. That may be maybe he's aspired to be a head coach when he was younger or whatever, and that's why he became offense coordinator. I don't care about none of that. I would have stayed over there, but we're going to see now because no matter how good your schemes are or your whatever it is, you still got to have the players to run it.
Players.
And you just came from the best quarterback in the NFL.
History. The best quarterback in NFL. History is what they're saying.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's the conversation. You get it?
Yeah.
Like that's who was running your offense.
And so now, so this is my
and when I'm saying history, I'm talking about from an arm talent.
Yeah,
I ain't taking nothing away from TB12.
No, but I understand what you're saying. No, 100%.
And the thing about it, like so now we talk about the lack of black head coaches in the NFL, which whatever. But at the same time, if you go on this many interviews as he has, right?
It's a press run.
It's something that from an organization standpoint that's keeping them from hiring him because they're actually on the inside. They know what's going on. And so does he have really head coaching capabilities? Is he really the one calling the plays or is it Andy Reid? So it's a lot that goes on. And when you sit in these interviews, like I don't know him or anything like that, can he be putting off more arrogance than he should be in the interviews? Like, you don't know what's going on. Like, this guy has been on countless interviews for a head coaching job and nobody has hired you. That's the problem. That's the issue. So
nobody has hired him in the NFL or in college.
Never.
Or in college.
So what we talk about a lot is Coach Prime. Shout out to Prime and the Prime Effect, right? But where did Eric Bienemy go to school at?
Colorado.
Did they offer him the job?
No.
Wow, that's true.
If he's such a great,
I think they know. I think they know.
Yeah,
So this is what I think he's doing. Because I was about to text y'all the other day about Mike Tomlin. Because Mike Tomlin hadn't had a losing season since he's been in the Pittsburgh, which is crazy.
It is.
Right? And I know we said Pittsburgh's a great organization and different things like that. And then I started thinking about other black coaches that I was saying. Like, I remember Lovey coach in Chicago, and I was like, that's trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen some other, I was like, okay, I would vouch for all these black coaches. And I'm not saying black coaches can't coach. Or be a head coach is not what I'm saying. But the times that I have seen it and some of them get jobs, whatever, they just didn't, they weren't good coaches. I'm not. They
had the wrong one.
Yeah, not black people aren't good coaches. Those guys just weren't good coaches.
Right.
Especially for that fit for that organization at that time.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. And so when it's time to coach, you just coach, and coaching ain't got no color right now. You just got to coach. You got to call the right plays.
That's true.
You got to make it happen. And so I thought about Tomlin. I said, is Tomlin an anomaly, or is he really just a really good coach?
He's a leader of men.
He's a okay.
He's a leader of men. Mike Tomlin is like he's one of my favorite coaches.
And he's probably one of the best leader of men in the league. Okay, so Bienemy, I'm trying to figure out. Somebody knows something that we don't know. There's something that's going in the conversation.
It's reports out, though.
Maybe he wanted too bad. There's reports out. There's also reports too. I've heard reports that he kind of handled some of them boys like little boys. You ever heard that before? Mm-hmm. You can't do that in today's league. Everybody on that field getting paid more than you. The O-linemen, all of them.
Yeah.
So you can't come here with that craziness. What I think he's doing in Washington is I don't know how much longer was Rivera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how much longer he want to coach. You know what I'm saying? Every time I look at him, he like he tired. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
shout out to him too because he didn't beat cancer a couple times.
Yeah, right.
He really probably tired.
Yeah, I think what Eric Bienemy is doing, he went to a team that if he can go and get some success. If I'm saying Rivera or is Riviera? Rivera. Yeah. If he decides to retire, he may vouch just like Kyle whatever did for Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might say take him on next. You know what I'm saying? And then it could be a job that he can sit in for a while.
Right.
It's almost like grandfather then or succeeded.
But wouldn't Andy Reid be able to do that also?
Yeah, but Andy Reid ain't stopping. When you think Andy Reid gonna retire? Well, Andy Reid ain't retired. Andy Reid walk his big self out there and just be like,
and he got Pat Mahomes in his prime.
Andy gonna coach till Pat done. If Pat had
12, 13 years,
knock on wood, never wanted to happen. If Pat Mahomes had a lifetime ending, not life ending, but a lifetime ending injury, like he can't play football no more, Andy Reid will retire then. He's gonna finish with. He's gonna try to coach. As he can stay healthy, he's gonna try to coach the rest of Pat Mahomes' career. Because why not?
He gonna be the all-time winningest head coach in the NFL.
Why not? So why not do it? Why not do that? Forget Belichick. It's me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about Belichick and all that. No, it's me. I got the next one. You had Tom. He gone now. I got the next one. I'm going 15 years with this boy. Mm-hmm. And if I get 5 more Super Bowls out of this, y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm the best ever.
Best ever.
Speaking of quarterbacks,
I keep coaching.
Yeah. It's just speaking of quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes. Okay, he played ball at Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Come from a 2-parent household.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Coach Prime.
He probably had like a 3.5, 3.6 GPA. I don't know what his GPA was in college.
Played multiple sports too, basketball and baseball.
He did.
Coach Prime.
He fit the mold.
Mm-hmm.
He fit the mold.
Coach Prime comes out and says he only recruits quarterbacks who comes from
2-parent households.
It has a
3.5 GPA.
Now,
Dad is present. He's a present force in his life.
And I think Pat got 2 dads, huh? Because his parents had a divorce, right?
All right.
So then his mom remarried. Yeah, so he would have been all in with Prime.
He would have.
I think, man,
been a buff.
All right. Then when he said about the D lineman, like he want them.
Well, he said, hold on. He said quarterback. Then he said O-lineman.
O-line.
He said, I want O-lineman come from 2-parent household, 3 point something GPA. He didn't say 3.5 or something.
Right.
Then he got the D lineman. He said, I want him to come from a single mama, barely getting by, struggling. Got to buy mama like that, right?
Dog. I want a dog.
I think people, even in the sports media, right, they go up in arms by that comment. Mm-hmm. They say, I can't believe you said this. And I see different comments. I look at it from a different standpoint than what other people look at it. Deion Sanders, we said this before, is the ultimate marketer.
Yep.
Come on, Doug.
And so before he did that interview, Deion Sanders already had in his mind preconceived on what he's going to say about recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
How he's going to recruit, because doggone well, like don't get so worked up about what he said, because Michael Vick came from a single parent household.
Yep.
If Michael Vick was in this day and age, he walked through the door and told Deion, "Hey, I want to come to Colorado." You think Deion gonna turn him around?
Heck no.
No.
Heck no.
And so people got to realize what Deion Sanders is doing. He's doing exactly what he wanted to do. He has everybody talking about it, and it's still going to keep Colorado on the map. Even though he said that, Deion Sanders really doesn't believe that.
Nope. But I think that's where the other coaches got to do their job and make him stand on it.
Right.
So if I'm recruiting the same quarterback,
make him stand on it,
and that quarterback is from a single parent home, I'm gonna be like, all I'm gonna do is send him the clip. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna send him a clip once a week.
But see, like
I'm not gonna dirty recruit him. I'm gonna let Deion dirty recruit his own self. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make him stand on that if I'm another coach.
Right.
But see, I think he gonna win because of that. I think them coaches ain't gonna do that because I think Deion will win. I'm gonna tell you why. I felt the same way. We all did. Deion been trolling the media since the 80s. Then came off football and trolled them again on their networks. He was trolling them. So he knows how to make them tick, right? He's probably the only player that can ever recruit or say a recruiting statement at some NFL honors. Mm-hmm. Because the rest of them guys
they was hating on that.
Because they ain't got no skin in the game. Though. I mean, what you want to do? You don't have any skin in the game in the NFL.
Man, what he did?
He got up on the stage for the NFL honors and he said, "I'll be remiss." I forgot the word he used. He said, if I didn't use this moment to recruit."
Yep.
So he started calling people name on the call. He said, "I need your cousins. I need your nephews. I need all of them. Send them on down to me. I'm gonna take care of them."
Okay,
live.
Okay.
It was dope.
But
Shout out to Prime,
it's true because we never heard nobody say that because there's been so much of a difference in personnel of NFL and college. Right. Saban has no reason to be on that stage. Yeah. Dabo has no reason to be. Jimbo, they have no reason to be on that stage because they have nothing to do with the NFL.
And they definitely ain't no honors in it.
And there ain't no honors in it, right? They ain't get honor for sure. So, but Deion is a Hall of Fame, the best cornerback ever. So he's always gonna get in those doors. Every year he's gonna be in those doors. Every year he's gonna be at the Super Bowl having those conversations. And you know them players that's at home trying to figure out what college they're going to, seeing Deion rubbing shoulders with all the Super Bowl people at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Heck yeah. And see what Deion can do. Watch this. What Deion can do. He hadn't done it his first year. What Deion can do is actually get y'all some tickets and bring y'all to the game.
True.
Yeah, you can.
NIL-ish, they can work away. There's so many different things that Deion can do that the other coaches can't do.
All they got to do is put it under well off.
Yeah.
Deion can pay whatever he want under well off.
Under well off and NIL under well off. That's a wrap. And he got it right there with him. Right. So but what I think is Deion said that on purpose because that's what them white coaches have been doing the whole time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There's an unwritten rule in the back. They can never say it. But there's an unwritten rule in the back of what because we used to hate it. We hate it when we watched the come on, swag. We hate it. Watch the NFL draft and they talking about such and such got shot in his shoulder on New Year's Eve in 2000 and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Every year they come up with this
dog
average
and the music gets slow.
Like this average to good white quarterback.
Yep.
and they just push him up.
Yep.
We just seen it with Zach Wilson.
We just seen
bro,
it.
that boy was.
They pushed him way past Justin Fields.
We just seen it.
And now we seeing like the Bears just came out be like, oh yeah, we sticking with Justin Fields.
Yeah, right.
Like he good.
Yep.
Man, y'all remember that picture when they was all at the draft with all the players and Zach Wilson was up there and Jamal was throwing up the signs and everything like that. And that boy looking shook. That boy,
he didn't know what was going on.
That boy ain't in Utah no more.
You ain't in Utah no more. And see, but that's the unwritten rule I think them coaches have been doing.
Yeah.
And so I think now y'all just gotta hear me. Y'all not be reaching, but I don't think it'd be a reach. I think it'd be all right. I think Deion did this on purpose to expose what had been going on, because now you can even to the statement that you're saying, it's gonna. I think it'll be both ways. We'll see how it works, because some of them white coaches gonna go into them boys' houses and them boys gonna look around and be like,
yeah,
you here because I'm a single mama. And even if Deion said he wants you because you're a single mama, he still got the same complexion as me.
yeah.
So I'm gonna trust you a little bit more. I think what Deion was doing was exposing the unwritten, and I think he's gonna do more of that. I think it's the unwritten things that go on in recruiting that he could say because he's black. You know, you ever see like black entertainment television, BET? They can never have white entertainment television.
Never.
If they had wet, right? WET.
This the name.
They would go ham. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like they could never have the National Coalition of White People. Like they couldn't have the National Association of the NAAWP. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they could never have that because of whatever it looks like, right?
Yeah.
So Deion has that to play on. Not only is he Hall of Fame, not only is whatever, but then I'm black. So I could say that. I could say single mom. I can't. I was doing that. I had to step. You know what I'm saying? He could say that about himself. So I think it's a trolling. Mm-hmm. I think he trolling. I think he exposing. And I looked on the internet the next day, and they said Colorado is now #1 with transfers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I got in an argument on Twitter about this a couple of days ago with people just going back and forth. But I think he's too smart to make a statement that would devastate him on that stage. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it can be used. If you got the right coach,
he can use
she's like, Lane will be one of them.
Lane gonna go on.
Lane will be one of them like, listen, all right, so you heard what he said. Like certain ones could use it, but I think Deion playing a game that I don't know if
Deion has the ultimate trump card.
He got the ultimate trump card. He black.
He could throw it down at any time.
He black. That's it.
Game of spades over.
Yeah.
That's it. Y'all saw him talking to the band. Yo, who's one of y'all said that in the group that they all losing?
That was me.
Yeah, he talking to the band. He was like,
he about to come out to that mystical, huh?
It gotta be, because I think that's their song.
That's his theme song, right?
Theme song,
yeah. So he got the band practicing. They didn't change like if you think about this.
But that's hilarious.
So what y'all came out with at LSU? What's the song that they played when y'all ran through the tunnel? Is that like a LSU song, right?
We have a song.
It's like a couple notes.
The band played the first song.
It's a fight song for LSU, right? So can you imagine that LSU, say like a school like LSU would play like a Lil Wayne song coming out?
I'm watching. I've just bought tickets to the game. In my head, will you explain it right now? I'm about to watch every game that they play. If it's on TV, I'm watching all of them.
Oh, every game on TV. With Colorado,
you get what I'm saying? Like just you having the conversation with your band. Like I'm like, I
want to see y'all come out, and I want to see them show y'all coming out the tunnel playing that mystical.
So
they're playing that mystical coming out.
I didn't look at the video. So what was he telling the band?
No, he got the band director. He had the girl that run out with the buffalo at the beginning.
The
cheerleaders, and the dance team with the two. And he's telling them. The collaborator. He's talking more to the band right then. He's telling them, so it'll be great. He's saying stuff like it'll be great, but he's really trying to say this is what y'all gotta do, right? Yeah. This is what y'all gonna do. But it'll be great if y'all learn my theme song. He never said what it was. Mm-hmm. He said, y'all learn my theme song, this is what we come out. He said, Jackson State, that's how we did it. He said, but we can have a collaborative effort here. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to tell everybody to get on the same page. Right. He said, this is our theme song, It'll be great if we come. And so the girl that run the Buffalo, she was like, well, do you think would you like that to happen too when we run what
Ralphie
out?
the Buffalo.
Ralphie out? He was like, oh, that'll be great. So she was like, yeah. Then the next post I saw, he posted talking about, oh, okay, he's doing a promo now. He's like, okay, so she's looking for diversity on the Ralphie run out team.
It's on. It's on.
You know, diversity means
it's up.
We need some color. We need some brother. Yeah,
we got to get 1 or 2
on the Buffalo.
Hey, bro,
to run the Buffalo up.
Hey, bro,
we got to get 1 or 2.
Hey, bro, even the gear.
Oh, so dope.
Even the merch they doing, because the black and gold is always cold. Always been cold. It's gonna be must see TV. He's gonna make the band gonna get pub that they never got before. You realize it's gonna be must see TV.
Say,
like
bro,
they're gonna want to watch everything about the game.
You know, I love the comment section on Instagram.
Okay.
Just go look at the comment section on it. It's like the HBCU people are saying. Half of them saying he's trying to compare their band to ours, and the other half is like, no, he's trying to tell them to get on our level. And it's like it's so dope in the comment section,
and
bro.
He winning,
and because all they doing is talking about him. Every time they hit in that comment section, bro.
He winning, bro.
Bro.
But he said it though. He said it like, this is how we did it at Jackson. Right. I'm not telling y'all we're gonna
because it's a different thing.
But he's telling them like y'all could pipe the music in. Pipe it in and play it at the same time. Okay. Like y'all have this great surround sound system in the stadium.
Right.
Mystical is gonna be there. I don't know where Mystical gonna be at, but
he not gonna be that person. That boy ain't getting them flight plans. I don't know.
That boy gonna be
it's gonna be
there.
It's gonna be. Well, I wonder.
Can you imagine though, like, if he wasn't, how much? Mystical probably make some money right now.
He should, but as we talked about off air. Another situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, bro. I'm loving it, man. I love the prime effect, man. What's going on? They just got to win the games. I'm not looking for them to win 10, 12 games this year. Just win 6. 6, 7.
They schedule.
They got the hardest schedule in the country.
TCU,
they got the hardest schedule in the country.
Colorado State, Oregon, USC, sheesh, Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, and Utah.
Hardest schedule in the country. Because they got that TCU on them.
Before we,
they play 9 regulars. They play 9 conference games anyway in the Pac-12.
And they play TCU first.
They play TCU out the gate. That's why he tried to get that game changed. But they was like, nah, we ain't changing the game for y'all. Sheesh. Remember he tried to get the game changed and get the little sad team first.
Sheesh.
Before we move forward, I gotta make a comment about Instagram post that we posted about Shedeur Sanders, right? Dante was giving a analysis, and it was pretty good.
He was spot on.
He was spot on. It was just he wasn't dogging Shedeur or anything like that. I understand social media. You got ghost followers and people that comment, and so
yes, his name. And
tag him.
I want it.
All right, so we had a guy by the name of Robin Gordon that came on there, and it was basically just, he got out of pocket a little bit.
He did. He jumped off the porch.
He really did. He got out of pocket. I feel like as a podcast, we never get out of pocket on anybody. Like we have never downgraded or talked bad about a player, a person.
Never called nobody dummies, idiots, nothing like that derogatory. No.
Nothing like that. So I think he got out of pocket.
I don't know. I might have in season 1. I don't.
You did.
Will did. No,
yeah, I might
Will did come into Evergreen on flames. He did.
So he called in.
Yeah, I might.
You called in the first day.
You did turn up.
Yeah, my auntie.
There's it right there.
My auntie called me and said, "Who is that?" I said, "Yeah,
bring him on."
You're gonna see him.
What's Shrewsbury?
Shrewsbury.
Yeah. So
shout out to Gonzalez though.
So they
shout out to Gonzalez, man. All my people in Gonzalez.
So he was saying, and so this is where people like that kind of irk me a little bit, because his main point was, how can you say something like that and HBCUs don't have the funding like these other schools have. Okay? So we I'm not saying we, our social media team was going, back and forth, and our social team made a comment.
We did.
That's like, hey, I see you talk about funding. How much money do you give back to your HBCU? Because I assume that you attended one.
Right.
The way you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
No answer.
Never answered the question.
Radio silence.
He answered it, but he didn't answer the question. And we replied back and said, so you do give money. He said, something about sight unseen or what's understood doesn't need to be explained or something like that.
Whenever they say that.
But tells me you didn't give a dime back
You didn't give a dime back.
to your school at all. So,
But did he say he went to HBCU?
the way he was talking,
But did he answer the question?
no, he never did.
Hey, shout out to our social media team.
Yeah, man,
too,
they dope,
'cause
though.
They really got good replies.
Yeah.
They really do a wonderful job at addressing the idiocracy sometimes that we receive sometimes. So shout out to our
And
social media
they don't
team.
delete anything.
And they don't delete
They
anything.
don't delete anything.
They stand on it.
They stand on it.
They stand on
They
it.
stand on
No,
it.
no.
I think sometimes people think it just be us, yeah.
Yeah,
They don't know we
they
got
have no
film
idea.
crew. They don't know we
Yeah.
got cats running the
They-
audio.
and they got it.
Social media, and they really about their life.
They bought that life. Bought that life.
Yeah, we.
But see, I made a mistake. I jumped in on my real name on my Instagram.
Yeah, you did that.
I dove in, Will. I
You
said,
did.
I jumped in. But I will say, what I asked him, but I couldn't understand the statement.
Me either.
Yeah,
Let's go read it.
It ain't make sense.
No, read it because if he's talking about funding, okay, that's another conversation.
We had that conversation.
We had that conversation, which means, listen, if this is a clip, when y'all watch, listen to the pod. Listen to the entire pod in the context of the pod. I hate. I learned context in school in English. We learned that you got to read the sentence before, the sentence after. You got to see what's going on, so you know what it is before you take a piece and then run off with it.
I hear you saying that a lot somewhere else too.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. So please get the context, bro.
I don't think they be getting the context.
They don't get the context neither. They just run off with it and then come back with their head bust and then one.
So his thing was his first comment, and go back and watch the clip. With
The
Dante.
clip is very important.
It is.
Listen,
and it's a very educated take.
It
yeah,
is.
don't just watch it. Listen.
Listen to it.
Actually, not only is it an educated take, but it's an educated and an obvious take based on the situation.
Right.
Right.
So all Dante was doing, we were explaining, could Shador exceed at a high level playing quarterback?
Yep.
And he just gave his analysis when he basically saying, he's going to play against tougher competition.
And he needs to see him play that.
That's all he was saying. So Robin Gordon, who has no posts, no pictures, which is already kind of weird, right? You have no pictures.
Yeah.
He says this bonehead, talking about one of our colleagues, this bonehead said that in the SWAC you don't have tight coverage. This Negro,
Yes, he out of pocket.
You out of pocket has a slave mentality,
What?
as if there's no coaching or athletes in the SWAC.
Dante got a slave mentality.
Dante. If y'all know
Like
Dante.
if you know Dante, if you know Dante.
Okay,
All right, keep going. I just want to. I had to interject right there.
Shout out to Don. Shout out to
And then he calls him a bonehead again. Bonehead, go get some films.
Dante, bonehead.
Dante.
That dude.
You gonna call Dante a bonehead?
Yeah, he's-
Out of everybody on this panel, Dante.
what we call Dante? The Johnny Cochran of the we do. Just
Yeah.
like for- he
If we
be saying-
looking for stats analysis,
gonna
all
tell
that, yeah,
us.
Dante.
Go get some film and watch the game with a free mind. If you can, Trick. Call him a Trick.
I said I ain't hear that part. I ain't see the trick part. I ain't see the trick part. I'm glad I didn't see the trick part because I'd have dove off a
remember
little.
that either.
Top rope.
I
Top
think
rope.
did he edit that?
No, he did not.
Top rope.
I'm reading it.
Top rope. He said trick. Top
All right,
rope.
so
You know Trick
other
is-
people like, that's
yeah.
harsh. Like people like, they're like, hey man.
I don't think you really know those guys.
And so
That's what they was thinking in the comments. I don't think you really
my
know
dog,
those guys.
my dog,
If you don't, and
my dog Trail jumped in. Trail say, tell me the last time a SWAC team beat a Power 5 team. I'll wait.
I waited.
He replies back, as if you're saying something powerful. Power 5 schools get P5 funding. So this is, all right, from the state and alumni. Skill positions, mid-majors are close, but lack of quality and depth in the trenches.
What they had to do with coverage?
Hold on. But he just said what Dante said. He said they lack this and this in the trenches. And then exactly, they are not as good teams.
All right, perfect. Now we're going to keep going. We might need to do this every episode. Break
No,
down
we
the
need to
comment.
break down commentary. Yeah, you know what is
All right.
good.
Then he
Comment
says
section.
he said P5 and FBS get 85 scholarships to 65 or 63 for FCS. Okay,
He's correct.
he's correct. All games on the road. There was a Pac-12 SWAC challenge in basketball this year. We're not talking about basketball.
We're not.
Anyway, the SWAC got 5 or 6 W's. Played at home in a way. Football, more numbers, more money needed across the board. Quit pumping up your master.
Dante. Dante got a master.
Per numbers, rules, and money. All right.
Dante.
Yeah. So
What?
What this got to do with off coverage and not playing man coverage and getting beaten, cats running wide open?
Look, when you go, I don't care about no funding, none of that. I want you to take your best DBs on a HBCU and then give me your best DBs in the Power 5. And who's better? That's all that's the only question I got, okay? So if that's the case, then when Dante says that Shedeur is going to be playing against better I watched Southern play LSU this year. Mm-hmm. And somebody else played somebody played Miami.
Florida A&M.
I watched those games. They should not have been on the same field. Right? They need to keep playing in the league that they're in. Okay? This ain't got nothing to do with funding. This ain't got nothing to do with black and white or none of that. It is just this is why we got districts in high school. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Dunham not about to go beat whoever. Y'all know Dunham was that's a win every time. Football, basketball, whatever we playing. So you got different classes and you play with the competition that's on your level. They got you just said it. Colorado has they playing TCU first.
Yes.
They have the hardest schedule
in the country.
Yeah.
His boy played at Jackson State the last 2 years. He's about to come and be a starting quarterback on the hardest schedule in the nation. Clearly, we are about to see what he made of, and I think he's gonna do good. This is me. I hope he do good, and I think he's gonna do good. I think he'll do real good, right? But we're about to see. So that's the only conversation he's saying.
And Dante made a good point. Like his receivers, Jackson State had receivers that are SEC caliber receivers.
Correct.
Okay, and I give up. Now, one thing I do disagree with Prime about, but I know why he was saying it. He was saying the skill position in the SWAC can match up with anybody in the country in SEC and big schools, which
he was saying his skill position.
I thought he was talking about in general.
No, his. It's the one that he recruited because he was getting them 4 stars, 3 or 4 stars.
Yeah.
All right. So like, his, yeah.
And so that's
just his.
Yeah, okay. Because the way he said it, like, wait a minute, Prime. But as far as, he was throwing guys like Kevin Coleman. These dudes are 4-star, 5-star receivers coming out.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, 5-star. So you playing against DBs and note this, but the caliber of player is just different.
All the good players on the Jackson State.
Yeah, it's a skill level. So that's all Dante was saying. So now you can have guys in the Pac-12 who actually, it's a step up, and so that's why they
even in some of the teams that's not ranked.
Good. Yeah.
Even some of the teams that's not as good, you drop them off in the SWAC and it run through it.
Like
they go undefeated.
Because I think a lot of people don't understand that the SWAC is not what it is. They have 2 levels of college football, right? FBS and FCS, right? So they have the one that plays in the playoffs, the big playoffs, and they have the one that just went to the 14 playoffs, right? So Jackson State will play in the FCS,
right?
Not the FBS, right? So it's no comparison to them with a FBS team.
No,
they're FCS. So FCS is your Nickel States, your Southeasterns, they're not. So when Jackson played who they played? UL Monroe, which is trash.
Last year. They almost beat them.
No, keyword was almost.
Yeah, they did.
They lost, man, to one of the worst teams
in the
FBS.
And like Southeastern and somebody else gave somebody the business too last season. I can't remember what it was. They played somebody and they gave them the business, and they can't even get on the field with the Auburn,
no,
or LSU or whatever.
No, they're not supposed to.
Who the saddest team in the SEC right now? What Vanderbilt? They still can't get on the team with them. Still can't get on the floor with them. They can't get on the field with them. Couldn't do it.
No, yeah.
And that's where he's right at, that they do have different funding, but that was not a funding conversation.
That's not the conversation. The conversation is the skill level, the talent level, and the skill level,
the NIL level,
and it's just different.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see them buffs this year though.
And I hope he get in the comments this week.
I hope he does. So just chill on the trick part.
I'm
chill on the serving your master part, because
it will pull up.
Yeah, we'll pull up.
It's no need because it's fake. He fake,
Evergreen.
right? He
Hey, you
don't
ever
have
seen
a
him?
real profile, right?
No, I mean,
Hey, you ever seen it? We're
no.
gonna post. You ever seen them memes? They talking about the dudes that be talking noise online, and you see a dude in the room with a little mat on the floor with his feet nigga, waving in the air. Yeah, that's what he doing.
Yeah. Staying at his mom's house.
Yeah, man. So,
Dang, Will. I mean,
oh man,
Y'all said he was that's what the characteristics of those fake trollers.
oh yeah, that might be a real person.
oh man. Hey, y'all, this has been the Evergreen Pod. It's been a good conversation tonight, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Y'all make sure what you got to do, Doug. What they got to do?
What
You
camera?
know?
I'm looking at this camera.
Yeah, that's your camera.
Okay, I know what
We in a different place now.
The pod over.
We got a different little set right
The
now.
pod is over. He don't know where his camera is.
The pod's over.
It's too
He
late now.
He ain't been know his camera the whole time.
Oh man, make sure you go to Instagram, follow us on the Evergreen Pod, TikTok, the Evergreen Pod. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel, the Evergreen Pod, and hit that subscribe button. Peace.